Good
Hello.
morning.
Morning.
Seems like Charlie's having a whole conversation in the chat this morning. Excuse me.
I already know Jennifer's in the chat. So let me go ahead and eat my part of my bagel.
Bagel time now that Jennifer's here. You saved half your bagel just to eat it on camera. It's the kind of classy show that we have here. Watching kids eat bagels. Hope everybody's having a nice weekend so far. It's almost lunchtime back east. We're just getting the day kicked off. I think we still have half our household asleep. So there you go. Charlie's still reading her book. I've been playing around with my new iPhone. Got my new iPhone. And looks like my notification bell's working on my new phone. So my old phone, it just fell apart, honestly. It was an iPhone 7, and the microphone died. It just wouldn't work. I couldn't get the mic to work anymore. So it was time for an upgrade. So I've been playing around with the new phone. I promised Rod he would be the first person I called, and I tried calling him yesterday, but he was a little busy, so I couldn't get through. Hello, Travis TM Nerdy. What is up? And hello, Comic Jabroni Nation, Ruben Guzman. If you don't know what the CJNS, that's Comic Jabroni Nation. He's a Comic Jabroni Nation soldier. So thank you, Ruben. We got Brandon from the Comics Kings. He said, who do you want to see after Nick Spencer on Spider-Man? It's a great question. I know a lot of people mentioned Chip Zdarsky because he's doing such a great job on Daredevil, but I don't know that I want to see him move off of Daredevil. I would love somebody old school, maybe like an Eric Larson to come back and do a little Spider-Man run. I'd be down for some of that, maybe something a little different. I don't know. I have to think about that one. Hello, Justin. Whoa, I skipped there. Justin from No Good Comics. What is up? I got to get ready for our X-Men show on Tuesday. I got to redo my reading, start building my slideshow. PJ, what is up? PJ, Michael and Riley from the Downright Nerdy podcast. Good morning to you. And Jennifer, Comics Will Break Your Heart. I'm going to be hanging out with her next Saturday talking about Swamp Thing, if I'm not mistaken. Saga of the Swamp Thing. Todd Christian, good morning. How you doing, man? And I thought I saw Second Street Marvel here. What is up? Shout out to Captain Comics. He's got a big auction today in just a few hours. So if you're not subscribed to the Captain Comics crew, you're gonna miss out on some great deals for some good books. Yeah, if you're looking for some good books, I would definitely cruise on by there. Perry, good morning. He had a late night show last night, and he had some horrible schlub on with him, but it was a pretty good show. It was really good. He had the bearded comic bro on.
Hey! That's like one of the best YouTubers.
Don't wake the whole house up.
I will.
Papa asked how the bagel is.
Good.
Big bagel fan there for sure. I went from iPhone 7, iPhone 2007 to 2021. It was a big jump. It's a big jump. Upgraded from iPhone 8. There you go. There you go. Good morning to Legion of Comics. How you doing? And JP Budget Collecting, good morning to you. And Dave, Mr. Miracle himself is here. Good morning. But it was a good show. You should check it out. Perry had some good talk going on there. So it's nice to see Perry late nighting again. No more lurking anymore. CFAB Comics for All People. How's it going? All Strands Comic Collection. Good morning to you all. Hello, everybody. We're just chilling, Charlie and I. Charlie watched Batman Begins for the first time that she can remember, because I could have sworn I showed it to her, but she swears I didn't.
I'm obviously right.
That's the one with Liam Neeson as Ra's al Ghul. and you got the Scarecrow in there. So what did you think of Batman Begins?
Good.
How does it compare? Because you've seen Michael Keaton against the Joker in the old school Joker one. You've seen Val Kilmer versus Two-Face and the Riddler in Batman Forever, and now you've seen Christian Bale as Batman in Batman Begins. Which one of those was your favorites of you? If you had to pick between those three Batman movies, Michael Keaton's Batman, Val Kilmer's Batman, and Christian Bale. Oh, and you've technically seen the Ben Affleck ones because you've seen Batman versus Superman and Justice League Snyder Cut. So you've seen 4 different Bat actors.
Okay, so the one in Batman, what's the name of the guy in Batman Begins?
Batman Begins is Christian Bale, and you've seen him in other movies like The Prestige. You've seen The Prestige.
Can you run through the names again?
Val Kilmer was the blonde-haired Batman who was against Two-Face and the Riddler, and he was in Top Secret, which we saw.
Val Kilmer and Bale.
You like them? What about then? There was Michael Keaton, who you've seen as the Vulture, but he was Batman against the Joker in the old one, 1989. Not a big fan. And what about the current one? You had Ben Affleck as the big kind of buff Batfleck. What do you think of him?
He's not. I don't really like him as Bruce.
You don't like him as Bruce, but you like him as Batman?
Oh, Batman. But
Legion. Yeah, George Clooney did play Batman once, but we all try to forget it, right, Mark? We don't want to remember that one. Nobody wants that one. Top Secret is so good, man. So good. And you liked Top Secret, right? That silly comedy movie, right?
Weirdest thing I've ever seen.
I love the scene that's all in reverse.
Yeah, that's cool.
Where they're like walking backwards and like he's putting the books up on the shelf by going like, and the book like flies up on the shelf.
I'm like, so cool.
It's a very good movie. I think Pure Genius is. It's just called Real. It's Real Genius. Yeah, Real Genius is a good movie.
I liked Val
Super
Kilmer.
Russ. Sorry, I didn't say hi to Super Russ. So you like the Val Kilmer one? Okay.
And then I think that they need to help Ben Affleck because all they ever do with him as being Bruce is literally him saying, "I'm rich."
Who's this? Which one?
Ben Affleck.
Oh, yeah, he does the "I'm rich" line, right? What's your superpower? I'm rich. That's his line.
But you're supposed to be. Yeah, he's supposed to say things like that, but he's supposed to like, I bought this. Oh, this is something like that.
Right.
And like in Dark Knight, you're supposed to have like Playboy. That's kind of Bruce's identity.
I think to defend Batfleck, I think they were going for an older Bruce Wayne who doesn't do as much of the stuff that younger Bruce Wayne did. They're doing a Bruce Wayne that doesn't have a Robin anymore, that doesn't like go out much anymore. He's kind of, he doesn't do the social thing anymore. So I think that's what they were. I don't know that I wanted that, but I think that's kind of what they were going for. Ooh. Bearded Comic Bro is here. Oop, I don't want to put him in timeout. Sorry. Bearded Comic Bro is here.
No, you can't say hi to Daddy because
Simon R.
He called you mush.
He called me mush? No.
You called
I called him
mush.
I called him a schlub.
That's not nice.
But it was a funny joke. Even Perry laughed.
Yeah.
Hey, there he is, my man. Just a Rican in his comics.
Hello.
What's up, Rod? Legion says it's definitely the worst Batman movie ever, but strangely rewatchable. Corny one-liners. What killed the dinosaurs? Yeah, so bad. Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze is just not a good call. Not a good call by anybody. Hello to the comic G-Spot Galvin. What is up? He rewatched the new version of Justice League. It would have been nice if they had just not. I think so many decisions that were really botched in there. PJ says Batman Forever, they show Bruce Wayne's tortured psyche and his PTSD. In Batman Begins, I believe the main problem is the long-winded speeches. Everyone gives a Gettysburg Address. Oops, sorry, I lost some people here. Thanks for defending me, Charlie, says Bearded Comic Bro.
You're welcome.
Dave likes the Michael Keaton version. Southern Comic Geek. Hey, shout out to him. He has a huge contest going on, and he's going to hit 1,000 here soon. You guys better be subscribed because he's giving away some bonkers books, as you know he does. Shout out, shout out. Super Russ, he's a Michael Keaton guy. There you go. I like how they showed Bruce Wayne going to a therapist. Yeah, honestly, I think Batman Forever is probably the most underrated and underappreciated Batman movie. I still really enjoy it. And it's cheesy, and I know it's not like high art or anything. And I know that there are some really bad lines. And I'm not a huge fan of the Tommy Lee Jones version of Two-Face. I still think it's a really enjoyable movie. I think it's still fun. And I still think Kilmer I wished he could have gotten a second movie. I think he would have been something to see. Sadly, they did Batman and Robin, so he probably made a smart move getting out when the getting was good. But whatever. Roscoe, 407 Marthas ago. That's hilarious. What's up, Roscoe? Good to see you. Travis says it's the first Batman movie he watched. There you go. What was the first Batman movie you watched?
The one with the
Joker one?
Yeah, the Joker one, where the girl.
I think it must have been
thrown out of the window and it's exploded. Yes.
Yeah. I think it must have been Batman 1989.
That was the first one.
In Batman Forever, they also do a good Robin origin story. I agree. Yeah, I think if you put a different actor in as Two-Face, that movie would have been a lot better. I love Two-Face. I also think the Riddler got a little Jim Carrey hammy. But, I'll defend that movie. I think it's a good movie. Sorry, Dave. I'll defend it, but I'm not gonna die on that hill or anything. But I still think it's good. So what did you think of Batman Begins and Scarecrow and this Batman? She's like, I'm reading a chapter. Don't bother me. All Strands, I'm the same way. I saw Batman 89 in the theater. And I'll say this. All of those Batmans, all those films are second place to Mask of the Phantasm. And that's just me. The animated series is the greatest Batman. And that's it. Like everything else is a second to the animated series. And that's my hashtag. That's my Batman, right? Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill as the Joker. Like that's my Bat universe. It's the only version of Harley Quinn that I like is in the animated series. I don't need any Harley Quinn ever anywhere. I just want her in the animated series. That's it, period. But that's me. That's my attitude overall. So sorry. Make it a Riddler movie? Yeah, I don't know about a Riddler movie. I don't know that I wanted that, but that's just me. Hey, thanks, Roscoe. I like I got the dye hoodie, which you can get through the online store that Stephanie Hans runs. You can get it. I can give you the link on Instagram if you need it. But yes, Kevin Conroy for life. Yeah, I just really love Mask of the Phantasm. I think it's just pristine, perfect. Well, I totally agree. All Strands. Everybody loves Harley Quinn except me and you. I have a lot of, and maybe it's just a dad of two daughters. I have a lot of issues with the way she is presented as a character.
Who?
Harley Quinn. I think in general, she is a really troublesome role model, anti-hero, whatever character. And I struggle with the way they balance her intelligence and also her insanity. Like they've never been able to find a fine middle line for that. She's supposed to be this very intelligent, intuitive doctor, but she's also bonkers crazy and in love with the Joker. And I've never seen a version of the character that really could balance that in my mind. Yeah, I did see the new Suicide Squad trailer, and I'm just like, I love James Gunn, and I'm still like, it's honestly, it's that Harley. I don't want more of that Harley. If they had just decided to cut her out of the movie completely and go in a new direction, I probably would have been happier. I agree, Legion, but the problem is they give you the action figures and the costumes, and the girls can dress up her for Halloween. So because she's presented as an anti-hero, she is instantly a role model. There's no way around it. You can't avoid that. So I have a lot of concerns about that character.
This is the best Harley Quinn has ever been.
There you go. There's the animated Harley Quinn. You got a little.
She is funny. She makes people laugh. She does silly things. It shows her backstory. Mr. J.
I don't understand women at all, let alone a cartoon version. There you go. Mr. J. Yeah, I struggle with that character. And so I'm not excited that she's going to still be headlining another movie. Personally, I was done with that character, and I was kind of ready to move on. So who knows? It could be amazing, and I have a lot of faith in James Gunn as a writer, director, producer. That guy is a huge talent. I really don't need more of her. I just don't need more of her. So that's me. I'm curious what the movie comes. I mean, I love Idris Elba, is so talented. Love him as an actor. So I'm always a wait and see kind of guy. Like when people were like, "Oh, Robert Pattinson is Batman," and they were like freaking out, I was like, "Come on, guys, give him a shot. He's an actor." And then that first trailer came, and people were like, "Robert Pattinson is Batman," and I was like, it's still a trailer, guys. Let's just wait and see them. For me, I'm always in the I want to see the movie, and then I'll decide. I want to watch it, see what it is. I did read Harleen Roscoe, and it took JP Budget Collecting convinced me to read Harleen, and it was great. Harleen is a very, very good read. And I really enjoyed that. And I think story-wise balanced the idea of a Harley Quinn really well. I just think we'll never see that version in a movie because the hot pants and the short shorts version sells. We're not going to ever get back to a more interesting version. I don't know. That version, which I dig. Wrong side. There you go.
Life is backwards.
Yeah, I'll see it. I'll see it all strands. I'm never going to skip a comic book movie like that. I'm definitely going to see it. I won't skip it at all.
Daddy?
Let's see here. What?
Some naked juice?
Not right now. I don't even know that we have any left in the fridge, but not right now.
How about some milk?
You're going to do it in the middle of the show. You want me to spend a lot of time walking around, but it gives me the time to talk about a comic. I can be the person who didn't like this book because everybody apparently loved this comic, and I'm the guy that didn't. So I'm sorry. For those of you fans who loved it, I don't think I'm the audience. I think that's what this one boiled down to. I hope everybody else really loved it and feels like they got their $4.99 out of it. I felt like it was boring. And it felt like a bad horror movie. And what I love about Alien and Aliens is that they had more going on than just a horror. So this just felt like a cheesy horror setup. Jason in space or whatever. Like I just didn't care for it. Nice. I'm the same way. Like I just thought it was boring is what I would basically say top to bottom. It was just boring. So I just, I wasn't entertained. I didn't care. I think what makes Alien and Aliens strong is that you really are connected to the characters who are in a really tricky situation. And I don't care about this dad and his kid. Like they seem really robotic and really bland to me. What made Alien strong was that crew of characters stuck in the ship together. What makes Aliens strong is this idea of a surrogate mother trying to protect her daughter from an invasion basically inside of this base. I don't know that it's a series that I needed a ton more of. So for me, I'm just like, I'm with you, JP. Like 2 movies I adore, and I don't need other stuff. Thank you, all strands. That's very nice of you. Oh, the bell rang. Okay. Thank you for clicking the notification bell. I did watch The Dark on Netflix, Michael. I did watch it. I think we're like 4 episodes from the end, but it's so convoluted now. I can't even follow it anymore. I don't even remember who is related to who anymore. And it got a little bit out of hand for me. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I caught the end of the show, Bearded. So I did not hear your Aliens review, but everybody I saw loved it. So I'm fine. I'm in the minority on it. Everybody else, like clearly Travis loved it. I'm sorry, Travis. Travis is like, why do I follow John? He doesn't like any of the stuff that I like. Todd Christian's the same way. He's like, John, oh, hey, we agree on Alien. There we go. I know there's often days when Travis and Todd are like, why are we following this guy? Why do we care what this guy says? He is so bonkers. Yeah, so I mean, it's all dependent on how you feel. I didn't even like the art. I'm sorry, PJ loved the La Roca art. I was bored with the La Roca art. It seemed really flat to me. I just did, the whole thing. But I don't think I was the audience. I bought it just so that I could review it, and I bought it for the channel basically. But I'm not going to keep it. And I was like, I knew I wouldn't love it. I could kind of tell going in that it was just not going to be for me. So there you go. So how you doing? You back to reading?
You can't see what I'm reading.
Aren't you ready to share it yet?
No, I have my other book.
Which book are you going to share? Oh, geez, this is the one that's all taped together. But yeah, Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
This is a classic starts edition. So like the original stories rewritten for 3rd and 4th grade kids. We have questions. Yeah. Which means both of us have questionable taste, JP. Content buys. It was a legit content buy for sure. So Charlie, you're done. That's it. That's your whole thing. Sure. Yeah. I read Sherlock Holmes. You're super into mysteries right now.
I have always been.
Nancy Drew, Hardy Boys, Sherlock Holmes. You're reading a bunch of mystery books. I didn't realize you had become such a mystery buff.
I like mysteries. They're fun.
Yeah.
Some other books are not very fun. Like Harry Potter was fun, but it's not a mystery.
Yeah. So you like mysteries because you're trying to figure it out?
Yeah.
The puzzle. Yeah, see, Legion, I've read a few of the comics from Dark Horse, and I've watched all the movies for Aliens. But for me, anything past the second Aliens movie, I didn't care for any of it. Like I don't want any of it. So I'm kind of over it. But that's just, I think it's just that whole universe. I think it's been run into the ground for me, and it's just kind of, ugh. Perry has a question for you, Charlie. He said, Charlie, did you see that Sherlock Holmes movie with Millie Bobby Brown as Sherlock's sister? What did you think of that?
I hated it because I don't like Millie Bobby Brown.
Oh, you don't like that actress?
No.
Okay. But it had Henry Cavill, Superman, as Sherlock.
Holmes.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, and then we
love Henry Cavill.
Mom and I were watching another show, and Henry Cavill was also a detective. But of course, we started watching, and we were in a good part, and we had to pause because we had to go to bed. And the next day, we looked and find it, and they took it off the thing, so we never could find it again.
She has not studied the world of Hercule Poirot yet.
Yeah.
Yes, see, JP likes mystery books.
But also, I can speak a little
Oh,
Russian.
I missed Comics on the Mind. What is up, Kirk? If you're here, then you must have Comics on the Mind. Yeah, I mean, if it's all new to you, you might be a little more pumped and into it. I feel like I've been watching Alien movies and seeing comic books about Alien universe since I was a kid, and I'm just kind of over it. I don't know. Maybe I'm just tired of it. Yes, you want to go back to Millie Bobby Brown. Okay, stop scrolling. Stop scrolling. You don't like her, but we liked Sherlock. We liked that version.
Yeah.
You know, Henry Cavill did a good job.
I also felt like I don't really. When I was watching, I didn't really understand it because
Like, what was the whole point of her mom running away? She's just gonna come back again. Because, like, your whole point, like, she's trying to find her mom.
Right.
But if her mom didn't want left
To be found.
then why did she leave all those hints for Enola?
I don't know.
That's just stupid for
It's
me.
a weird mystery. I didn't love the story very
I didn't
much.
understand her name. Enola.
It's just Chuck and I. I think I think Kate's still zonked.
She's
My wife's
She's
asleep.
awake.
Yeah.
She's been awake for a while.
Seawood 19. Now the Comic Core, and I don't know if Seawood is one of them, but the Comic Core is doing a huge auction today too, and theirs starts in like 5 minutes. So if you're looking for some deals on books from the Comic Core, you guys can cruise over there as well. Chris, what's up? Sherrick, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Thanks for coming by, man. So we're talking about some favorite. There's Predator, right? Travis, is Predator's coming. Seawood will be selling some books on there, so you can be ready. Kate is here. Hi. Your sister's being dramatic. Did that kind of steal your thunder a little bit?
She came in and woke me up.
Oh.
I didn't. You were already awake.
Charlie, but I was like laying down. If I'm laying
You could have
down-
just stayed in there.
Yeah, but she came and she was like, wake up. I know
I
you're
didn't
awake.
touch you. I said, hey, Kate, I know
Okay.
you're awake.
Are we trying to make something dramatic? Because you could have stayed in there and laid down.
No, I wanted to tell.
Okay, then scoot over and join the show. Let's see. See, look, people are saying hi to you. Good morning. Kate is getting into that teenage sleep pattern. It's a tougher sleep pattern. You're using a lot of energy in your body to grow, and so then you're like sleepier. Perry's here for you. So, about Sherlock, this version of Sherlock, what did you think of these stories?
So good, but Watson was an old man.
Watson is an old man. You don't like Watson as an old man? You want him to be a young guy?
I wanted to be from the Tony Stark Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, you like the Robert Downey Jr., Jude Law Sherlock. Because there's been a ton of versions of Sherlock over the years.
There's like the one that Henry Cavill has where he
Henry
literally-
Cavill.
But I felt,
JoJo's here. Hi, JoJo. Good morning.
I kind of felt like Henry Cavill was not a very good Sherlock Holmes. Because he didn't look like he was solving any mysteries.
Yeah, we don't see him doing any of his mystery solving stuff. We just kind of see him helping or ignoring Enola at different
I
points.
think
Exactly.
it was because they wanted to focus on Enola. They just
Yeah.
didn't play it out very well.
But I do like him as an actor. I think he was kind of cool.
Yeah.
To see him as Sherlock was kind of cool.
And Mycroft, I liked his
And
acting.
Mycroft, that
He's
actor's been
Finnick.
in other stuff. Yeah, he's been in the Hunger Games movies.
But I felt like
How about this? In the chat, who is your favorite version of Sherlock? So you're saying you like the Robert Downey Jr. movie. You've only seen the first movie, though. The second movie wasn't very good, but you liked the first movie. How about you? Do you have a favorite Sherlock?
Oh, definitely the Robert Downey Jr. one. Enola Holmes probably second because those are the only ones I've really seen.
I actually have a different favorite Sherlock Holmes.
Another one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Me. Because at school, my friend were doing a thing called the IDA, which is Investigating Detectives Agency, and I'm Shirley Holmes, and I'm Sherlock Holmes, and my friend is Watson. It's just Watson. But I also go by
I
Shirley.
wanted to answer. Somebody asked. Yes, I am wearing a dye hoodie. This is from the Stephanie Hans online store where you can get gear, merch. And I have a T-shirt and I have this hoodie. I got the idea from, I think, Bear Island Comics had it, and I was like, I gotta get that.
He's
That's
the one
too
who
cool.
had Stephanie Hans in his basement.
He does have Stephanie Hans in his basement. That's why. Will Ferrell did a movie where he was Sherlock. I totally forgot about that. There was a cartoon and with Robot Watson. So there's been a lot of great ones. Now, I thought JP would go with the Benedict Cumberbatch one because Benedict
Seen
Cumberbatch,
that
so
one.
Doctor
You
Strange
have that
and
one.
Iron Man and Superman have all played Sherlock.
Damn, they got the whole Marvel and DC.
They got the
universe
whole
there.
DC Marvel universe. Basil Rathbone. Now you're going old school. Oh, is Burke in here? Where's he at? What is up, man? The man with the hottest takes in all of YouTube. It's good to have you here, brother.
Beside you.
Benedict Cumberbatch is good. Nobody is shouting out one that I've been enjoying lately. So my wife and I are rewatching. Oh, Sleepy Reader's here. I'm sorry, Sleepy Reader. There you are. And Life with Two YouTubers. Hello, Sharon. So my wife and I have been rewatching Elementary, where they have Johnny Lee Miller as Sherlock living in New York City. He's moved to New York. And Watson is played by Lucy Liu, a Chinese American actress. Yeah, she plays Joan Watson instead of John Watson. And she's been in a lot of stuff. She's a very talented. And I kind of liked it. I like Elementary. I think it's a cool idea. Now it's a very different kind of show from the Cumberbatch version, but I really enjoy it. I think Johnny Lee Miller is really good. As far as like a modern Sherlock, I really do dig it. So I've been enjoying it. Yeah, there's some people that seen it. It's on Hulu, I think, has the entire series. So if you have Hulu, you can watch it over there. There, JP liked it, and Mr. Miracle thought Lucy Liu did. I liked her version of Joan Watson, the surgeon who becomes so in this version, Sherlock has had a problem with drugs and alcohol, and he is in recovery. So he's an addict.
Rehabilitation?
He's an addict trying to live a clean life and still help the police in New York. He's forced to have what they call a sober companion, somebody who keeps him from ever using drugs again and helps him when he's having problems. So Dr. Watson becomes his live-in roommate and sober companion to try to help him. She's a former doctor. And I think my wife and I got through at least 5 seasons of it and really enjoyed it. Bill Murray would disagree with you on Lucy Liu. Yeah, Bill Murray and her did not get along. I know that.
Wait, who's Lucy?
Lucy Liu is an actress that you might have seen in others. I don't know what you've seen her in, though. She does the voice, one of the voices in Kung Fu Panda. She's the snake. I think she's the snake. The cobra, what do they call her? Viper. She's the snake. But that's just her voice.
I knew I recognized her.
It's not very kid-friendly, Sleepy Reader. No, it's not a very kid-friendly show. There's a lot of dealings with drugs and murder. I mean, that's kind of the big plots of the show. I mean, Sherlock's always solving murders. That's kind of his thing.
Yes.
But I really enjoyed it.
Which is why I liked reading him.
She was one of the Charlie's Angels, Simon R. That's where she didn't get along with Bill Murray very well.
Bill Murray was Charlie?
Bill Murray played, no, not Charlie. He played, it starts with a B.
Bill Murray.
Oh, stop it. Oh, I don't remember that character's name. Bosco? Was it Bosco?
Okay, but Daddy, who plays Charlie in that?
You never see Charlie. You just hear Charlie's voice on a computer. Bosley? Boswell? I think it's Bosley. I think Magic Lasso got it. Bosley. I was like, Bosco, Tabasco. What's his name?
Monasco. Monaco.
Bob.
So there you go.
Bob.
But I would say that's an underrated Sherlock that I really enjoyed was Elementary, and I liked that show. All right, whose turn? Do you want to eat or do you want to share? You got bagel all over your face. Let me do. You want to do another one? She's got another mystery.
Brothers. Number 3.
Yeah, so this is a series called The Brixton Brothers, a sort of modern boy version of Nancy Drew kind of a thing by a writer named Mac Barnett, who I've met. Really, really great guy. Very funny.
You've met him?
Yes. He came to our school and talked about a bunch of different books that he's written. He writes kids' books, like picture books, and he also does chapter books for kids.
Like a pet whale.
And this is the 3rd one. You've now read all 3 of his first 3 books, right?
Another one, Daddy, because it ends on cliffhanger, and I'm gonna die if I don't.
Oh, stop! He usually publishes one of these a year, so I think there's a handful, like 5 or 6 at least.
Daddy,
so what do you like about Steve Brixton?
That he's funny, and that he's a retired detective. And he's like 12 years old.
He's 12 years old and he's already a retired detective.
Wow.
Yeah.
And there's no brother, right? Steve Brixton doesn't have a brother, but it's called the Brixton Brothers because he's read the Hardy Boys and he thinks
the
that
Bailey Brothers.
I know, but he thinks that private eyes need to have a brother.
Yeah.
It's funny.
And this And
This third one,
this one,
Mystery on a Train or whatever.
and It Happened on a Train.
It Happened on a Train.
And the one before are the best.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice.
The one before was MacArthur Bartman.
Yeah.
Who wrote the Bailey Brothers. He's a fraud.
Okay.
He's a criminal.
People aren't going to understand all the little nuggets you're dropping here, but I appreciate it. People are talking about Invincible, the new animated series on Amazon. Not for kids. So my girls have not watched it. Very graphic, very bloody. So if you think, oh, it's an animated superhero show, kids would love it. Nah. Not for kids. But I hear it's really good. And I love the comics, and I hear it's pretty true to the comics. So that's always nice. Yes, Natalie Dormer's Moriarty was cool too. Yeah, Moriarty was a woman on Elementary. That was kind of cool. They have not seen that. And Roscoe, we're going to end here in a little bit by talking about Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because now the girls are totally caught up, which is kind of why I use that as the graphic. And several of you noticed, yeah, that's why we got a lot of Captain America, Falcon, and the Winter Soldier, Bucky, and whatever behind us. So we got some Falcon here on this side, Winter Soldier, Cap up in this area, and then we got Bucky right there, and then Bucky and Cap right here. So we got a little Captain America thing going on here for that. What is it you wanted to say? Any last thing you wanted to say?
Yes.
What?
We have to get the fourth one.
We will get the fourth one. I will make it happen.
Help you get it. But also, I recommend this for you guys, for your kids.
If they like mystery books,
good.
Right?
And also, if you ever want to send us,
and there's a website, bricksandbrothers.com, you should check out, right?
And also, if you ever send us AOKs,
oh goodness,
mystery books are always welcome.
Stop it. You know what? Actually, somebody just sent one recently for mystery books for you. So, let's see here.
Can I share a book?
Thanks, Travis. We try to do something fun behind us. This is my dad saying hello to Kate. He is saying hello to Kate.
What'd you say, Kate?
Hi, Papa.
Morning, Dad.
What'd you say, Kate?
I miss you.
He's back from the desert, so he's back in town again.
Oh, Pop, yesterday, I took a big hike, and I went all the way up to the top of the world playground.
You went all the way up to the playground near Pop-Pop's house?
Yeah.
From Willowbrook?
Yes.
Nice. That's a hike. Up the mountain, up the trails.
We did over 15,000 steps.
6 miles, I've heard, right?
Yeah, 6 miles and a half because on the way back. And then we also, in total, we walked up 81 flights of stairs.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was so fun. But that's what Claudia said on her watch. But she said we got 82 flights because we were playing tag and running around more than she was. So, kind of more steps for us. It was so fun. And after, Dad got us ice cream, so I didn't get to walk.
A little treat. You worked hard, and Sister's been working hard. So you guys got a little treat, right?
So hopefully
you look
next time
sleepy
I
over
take
here.
that
You
hike,
okay?
I will let you know.
You're trying to read?
You can see us.
Yeah, he's still in the desert.
Oh, Pop-Pop's in the desert till Tuesday. Okay. So we'll have to catch Pop-Pop when he gets back. Did you have a book you want to share? Do you want to eat? Or what are you doing here? You sure? You can eat and chill if you want.
Wait.
You can chill. We're about to get to Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I was just going to do 1 or 2 more comics.
Yeah, I'll chill. I
All
don't
right.
even want to share.
You can vibe.
Oh, Lord. You use that every time I want to do something.
You can vibe. The best DC book this week for me was Batman Black and White. I got the creepy Two-Face cover. I just really enjoy this as a comic. So girls, what they do in this one is it's like lots of little stories, and each one is done by a different writer and artist. So the first one here is about a bat smuggler, somebody who is like capturing bats and trying to sell them as like cool memorabilia. And Batman breaks in to rescue the bat and bring it back to the Batcave to live. So it's this kind of fun. The art style is really cool in this one. You can see the bat smuggler guy there and Bruce breaking in. I love when they get back to the Batcave later and the whole Bat family is there. So you got like Robin, Nightwing, Barbara, and he's like, I know the name of all the bats in the Batcave. Like he's like, Bruce is like, they're not pets. He says they're family. I think it's a cool little story. And that one was by Joshua Williamson was the writer and Riley Rossmo was the artist. Then there's a fun one that's like a creepy ghost story, but like it's a time travel story. That one was kind of cool. The big one that everybody's excited about was the Chip Zdarsky one about Poison Ivy attacking Bruce Wayne's manor. and trying to force Bruce Wayne to be more eco-friendly with his businesses. Check out this page. Uh-oh, I see you, Simon R. You crazy, man. You got Harley, and you got Killer Croc, and you've got Poison Ivy, and you got Batman down at the bottom in his like metal mech suit. So this is Nick Bradshaw art. This was a cool, look how cool this sequence is. There's Lex Luthor and Bane and Joker, Two-Face. I really dug the artwork. It was probably my least favorite story, but it was still pretty cool. And then we get Daniel Warren Johnson with a story called Checkmate about how Bruce played chess. Alfred taught him how to play chess. That was a cool little story. And then the final story is an unusual murder mystery story where Batman meets the Graysons for the first time, the flying Graysons at the circus. And it's clearly like a precursor to their death. But Batman's solving a different crime there. I thought it was really cool.
But the Graysons are dead.
Well, this was a flashback kind of a story. It was really cool. So I know people are specking on some of these issues, but I don't care. Like, it's just a fun read. I'm not usually a big anthology guy, but for me, it's the really original art styles they bring into it. So I was digging that. You're very cool about what's that?
Is that a book?
Aggressively Relaxing. What's up? I'm going to try to read some of these in trade, JP, because I loved the first Batman White Knight. And then I didn't like the beginning of the second one, which I hear was still good. And then now they're on the third one, the Harley Quinn one. So I'm going to definitely have to read that in trade at some point. Thank you, Aggressively. I appreciate that. Let's see here. Where are we at? I think I missed some comments, but let's cruise up here. Did you read Batman Superman 16? I did not. I've not been reading that run, so I'm definitely off on that one. It's Cade's 15th birthday. What?
Wait, really?
Happy birthday, Cade.
Happy birthday, Cade.
Happy birthday.
There he is. Thanks, man.
Happy birthday. You won't even know I was talking.
So this is for you. And Cade, I know, loves the robot. So we'll start with the robot.
Wow. A super chat. Thank you.
And this is for my dad out in the desert. The little braids, right? The little braids.
Like little baby hairs.
Look at this little baby. Look at this one. And one more. Let's do this one. You guys are awesome. That's hilarious. Let's see here. Did I miss anybody else? So Legion loves the same one as JP, the White Knight. Read of the week. Big fans. Red, White, and Blue. I heard two very different reviews. Some people saying they loved it. Some people like these stories are a little creepy, weird, like not into it. So I did not check that one out. The John Ridley story in that one was good. Okay, so that's maybe the one that people really loved. I heard there were some other ones though that were a little bit off, a little bit unusual. Did you have anything else you wanted to share before we get into Winter Soldier? Falcon and the Winter Soldier. As far as the indies I read this week, this is still great. Shadow Doctor issue 2, Aftershock book, really, really good if you want a good indie. Only 2 issues in, so you can probably find them super cheap still. But this is a cool true story comic about a doctor who's forced to work for Al Capone. Really, really good. And then we're 1 issue away from the first arc from Once and Future ending. And I thought this issue was really, really strong. The artwork was amazing. The dragon looks so cool in this. So Once and Future fans, I feel like this is back as like a must-read book. It was a little bit slow there for a while, but this was a very strong issue, and I'm looking forward to the final one. So there you go. I did not read Stray Dogs. I glanced at issue 1, Roscoe, and I was like, I don't know that I like the art style very much. So I kind of just skipped on
Don't judge a book
Stray
by
Dogs.
its cover.
I judged it by the interior artwork, but I get the joke. Let's see. There you go. Some people love in Shadow. Dr. Legion says John Ridley. He didn't like that Superman story. Okay. So very different. See, that's the polarizing Superman red and blue. I feel like there were pretty extreme camps on that one. Going to pick up the first trade from the library. There you go.
Red and blue.
You gotta go to the library at some
This
point. I
is
miss
blue.
books.
We do miss books from the library. Okay. So we're going to get into a little Falcon and Winter Soldier. And for those of you that are like, oh, I don't want to be spoiled on it, I will tell you there's not a ton of like spoiler things, but I'm going to put the banner up anyways. It's not like WandaVision where there were like huge, shocking twists and reveals.
End of every episode.
It's not like that. So I do feel like it's an easier one to talk about and not anger people. And Charlie's gone. She's like, I'm over this. How about you, Kate? Are you ready to talk Falcon and Winter Soldier?
Yeah.
I will say the number one thing I love about this show, and I know there's a lot of complaints, and I will happily get into those complaints because I have some complaints too. The 2 lead actors are perfect.
They have such like funny chemistry. It works, right?
Even in the first episode where they're not together, I love every moment those actors are on screen.
Like in the therapy when Sebastian Stan's like
Stan's
so funny
therapy bit. His first therapy, the first one when it's just him and the doctor, is powerful and really well handled, and I just really loved it. The stuff between Sam and his sister, really well handled, and I like that. The drama of that they are both going through. Those 2 actors are excellent. And I love that they get this opportunity to shine because the truth is they've been background characters for pretty much all of their Marvel movies. So that is the highlight for me of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Oh my goodness. You're like totally, you guys just, you're one of you off on that side, one of you down below here. You're like, nobody can see you guys.
Here, I won't eat until we're finished.
I don't know what you're doing. So for me, that's what I really, really dig about this show. Mm-hmm. What is it? Is there things that you like, Kate, about it? I know you said you're knocking the couch apart now, the way you're doing this.
It's okay.
You said the therapy scene in this new episode when they're together for therapy.
Oh my God, that was so funny.
Yeah.
Because like they're funny by themselves, but then when they're together, it's hilarious. Like she's like staring at each other's souls, and then Bucky was like, I'm ready for this. I've been doing this my whole life. And then he's like,
and they have to like interlock their knees.
Oh my God, it's so funny. The way they just like, they're like, that's a little too close. And they like going back and forth. It's really funny.
Yeah. They're just really great together. Mm-hmm. And I hope the show keeps building on that. Because that's the stuff that works for me. What else did you like, Charlie? Nothing. Just those guys?
The girl.
Which girl?
The one that's Carly.
I don't know.
Oh, she's the bad guy.
The bad guy girl.
Okay.
The red hair.
Yeah. And wasn't she's from Mandalorian somewhere, right? She was from the Mandalorian?
Yeah.
Solo.
No, she's from Solo.
The
I swear
she was in the movie Solo. That's what it is. So I knew she was a Star Wars something. Okay. And she was the freckle-faced girl who wears the mask and is super powered.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
And
yeah.
they're all super soldiers. And I like Isaiah.
Who's Isaiah? Is that the new Captain America's partner?
No.
I don't know who Isaiah
the
is.
old man.
The old man. So you're not really
That
helping me.
threw the box into the wall. Has
They
a
went
house.
to go see him, and then
Okay.
got arrested after.
The first black super soldier
Yes, we see.
that we meet. Yeah. He was pretty interesting. And I
He's
hope he
cool.
comes back.
Me too.
He seemed kind of cool. And I don't know if that character is from in comics anywhere. I don't know that I've heard of him before. Okay, then what what have you not liked? Is there anything you guys don't? I know that you're both going to say, like, I don't like the new Cap.
Yeah. I despise the new Captain America with every part of me. He's not like Captain America. He would never be able to lift a hammer. He's rude. He literally took out a gun and shot someone. Captain America doesn't shoot people. Right?
Yeah.
He throws the shield and knocks them out. He doesn't kill people.
Well, I would argue that's what Falcon's been doing.
Yeah, but Falcon's not Captain America.
Or will he become Captain America? Dun dun dun.
I'm just basically.
Yeah, Battlestar is that fake Captain America's new Bucky, right? Battlestar and Captain America.
Lamar.
And JP's right. You're not
Battlestar.
supposed to like this Captain America. You're not supposed to be liking him because he's taking over. And it's I will say it's an interesting ploy because if they had just given the shield to Falcon, we might have been like, yeah, but I don't like this guy. I want my Captain America back. But now by giving the shield to this guy that we hate, we're going to
when we get Falcon, it'll be much, much better.
When we get Falcon as the Captain America, we'll be like, oh, see, this is what we wanted. Versus, if we had just been given that at the beginning, we might have been upset about it. I think it's an interesting ploy to get us to like Falcon more. Let's see.
What did you not like about the show?
I don't like the action so far. I think the action is very cheap and cheesy. I did not love the big fight scene in the first episode when Falcon's flying with the helicopters and zipping through. I mean, there's not a lot of logic to that scene, and I don't care for it. And then the fight on top of the two trucks in the second episode, I thought was kind of useless and random.
But there was the cool fight scene where he shot that guy trying to use the lock and key to open the door. That was a cool fight scene, right?
When it was Bucky.
The nightmare that Bucky has.
Which is not really an action scene. It's just that memory. But yeah.
Okay, I think we need to talk
about
the
two big action scenes, right? The two big action scenes we've had so far, I thought were a little bland.
Yeah.
Hello, James Watson's here. How's it going, James?
Can I talk about that nightmare? The character?
Yeah, but I also agree that this is the meme I told you about where they took Carl from Up and put him in the Cap uniform. It's totally spot on. For those that don't know, my wife spotted that the actor who is playing John Walker, the actor who is playing the new Captain America, is Kurt Russell's son.
Who's Kurt Russell?
Kurt Russell, who plays Ego in the second Guardians of the Galaxy. Kurt Russell and Goldie Hawn. This actor is their son. So if you look at that giant jaw, he has Kurt Russell's big jaw.
Once I realized it was very easy to understand that was him.
He looks like an elf or
So if you didn't notice that, that's that actor. That's his connection to old Hollywood or whatever. Old Hollywood, Kurt Russell. There you go.
Okay, but so
he does keep calling Bucky and not James as if they're friends. I agree. Jerk. John Walker, you jerk.
And then they called him Buck once, and I was like, bro, no.
Even Falcon can't get away with that.
I know.
Even Falcon gets called out for talking to Bucky that way. He's like, my name's James. Just call me James. Like,
I would be like, if I was Captain America, I'd be like Mr. Barnes. Because I don't want him to kill me.
Right?
James Watson, if your name had been John, you would be a famous Sherlock Holmes person.
Well, sure. I'm sure there are plenty of John Watsons in the world, though.
And Sherlock Holmes.
So, I mean, for me, I really like when they focus in on the story of like Bucky and the whole relationship with the old man that he's been taking to lunch was amazing. And so the drama stuff I've been enjoying, but the action stuff, not so much. And it's funny because I think the biggest complaint people have is that it's a very slow show. It's a lot of talking and a lot of like investigating and a lot of like, why are we watching Falcon go and try to get a bank loan? Like it's
all important, trust me.
But I like that stuff better than the action stuff. So I'm in the other camp on that one. I think the girls saw Overboard, didn't you?
Yeah, we did. Arturo.
Yeah.
Katarina.
So those are the parents of the new.
Oh, I knew it. I
Captain
knew
America, the new Captain. Don't knock those books down.
I will not. I swear.
Those are the parents of the new Captain America. Yeah. Overboard. Good call, Roscoe.
I was going to say Arturo and Katarina to her, but I don't think she would remember it. That's why I didn't say it. Oof.
Let's see. I wanted to. highlight a comment that said something.
Can I talk about the?
Shoot, I lost it. Where did the
It was
comment go?
aggressive and relaxed.
It was PJ. He said, have to start watching the show. Sounds compelling. I know it won't be a complete waste of time like the ow, hey, come on now. Snyder said to the Phantom Zone. Ooh, PJ,
I
shots fired.
Personally,
Cade says, amazing show, incredible. Hey, you have a great birthday, Cade. Happy birthday to you, man.
yeah.
Let's see. The guy who was going to, quote, buy some time for the bad guy plane to escape, just running towards an SUV full of guys with guns was a bad scene, right? Definitely agree with that.
No, but it was a useful scene because it's supposed to show how devoted they are to helping her. Because clearly there's something about her that's very important.
Yeah, Charlie, but
she's an important character.
He just meant that, like, the idea of one guy running over, knocking a telephone pole down, and then like charging at guys with machine guns to stop them was a little stupid.
Yeah, well,
should have had a bomb on him or something.
So JP is fully on board. He digs it. I knew that it would be a step down from WandaVision because WandaVision, I think, had such an original idea. The style of that show and the concept was so cool. And I knew this was going to be basically just more of a straightforward action show. So I knew that it would be a step down in entertainment-wise for me. So maybe my expectations are low. I just want better effects on the action sequences. I wanted some stunts. That scene on top of the trucks was so clearly blue screen. The whole thing was blue screen.
What's a blue screen?
That's where they have an actor standing in front of a blue wall, and then later they put trees going by behind them, or they put like the freeway or whatever. Like they were not actually on top of trucks fighting.
Well, it couldn't be, could they?
Stunt actors do that stuff all the time. What are you talking about? They used to do it all the time.
Stunt actor.
But,
Mr. Miracle says it's a step up from WandaVision. So for me, I knew it would be a step down, and I loved WandaVision. I think that show is going to be a high watermark for me for a long, long time. But it wasn't for everybody, and I get it. And this one seems to be more like a traditional Marvel kind of thing. I love the reveal that we're going to get Baron Zemo, the villain from Civil War, is coming back. I thought that was a kind of thing. That was kind of cool. I knew that they had announced that, so I was looking forward to that.
I think
No. He tried to shoot himself, but Black Panther grabbed the gun, and then they locked him up and sent him away.
Him laying on the snow, but I don't remember anything.
No, at the end is like he goes and that FBI agent guy who is in Black Panther, sorry. Black Panther. The guy, the white guy who's in Black Panther.
Oh, yeah.
He's interviewing him and saying, how does it feel to fail? And then he says, who said I didn't fail? Because he believes he broke up the Avengers by the Civil War thing. He feels like I broke up the Avengers. He's like, you can't stop what I just did. Right. That was the last time we saw him.
Sorry, Charlie. You can keep going. I'm sorry.
So I don't mind.
Daddy, let her talk.
Bearded comic, bro.
What do you have to say, Chuck?
I think that, you know how he like shot all the Winter Soldiers in the little thing?
When they were in the frozen tubes or whatever in Civil War?
I think he actually let one live. And then that one started infecting more. And wanted the blip to keep happening because he's still an assassin. And for some weird reason, he's still alive.
Interesting.
And they think that Baron Zemo will tell them.
Well, they appear to be like several bad guy groups, right? Because there's the girl with the freckles who has her super soldier team.
Their masks are different, by the way.
And then there's a guy claiming he's going to kill her. So there's a crew of people after her. So there's those two bad guy groups right there. Then we've got Baron Zemo, who we're about to meet, which is like a third bad guy group. So there's a lot of like villains in the background
There's
going
four.
on.
Bye, Pop. We love you tons, and we miss you.
Bye, give Bailey a hug for me.
And Grandma.
Okay.
But okay, can I say?
I do agree. I totally agree. Aggressive, relaxing. I love the way they've been handling race in the series. Looking at racism, like that last episode, this new one, when they showed Bucky getting arrested, but when the police showed up, they were like trying to help Bucky and they were looking to arrest Sam. right off the bat. They're like, I need to see your ID. It was just a simple way to kind of look at race in that moment. And Bucky was the one that needed to actually get arrested. I thought it was an interesting way to do that.
Or
and
when-
definitely PTSD for
Or
sure.
when the kid said, "Hey, look,
Post-traumatic
it's black."
stress disorder.
When the kid said, "Hey, look, it's black Falcon," he says, "No, it's just Falcon." So my dad said it's black Falcon. He says, "It's because I'm black." And I said, "Well, I guess." He says, "So are you black, kid?" He's like, "I got him right."
Yeah, that was a fun little moment when he's like, "You're Black Falcon, right? Your name is Black Falcon."
No, I'm just
Yeah.
Falcon.
I think they're handling race as a big part of their show nicely. I thought it was really well done. Yeah, so PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. It's basically what happens to the human brain and the human body in a lot of cases when you go through something that is very traumatizing, violence, right? In Bucky's case,
He's the one who's had most.
he's had his
violence.
brain completely
Rewired.
rewired, right? And people controlling him and horrible acts of violence in and around him. So he is going through a lot of post-trauma stress
Okay,
because of that.
but can we talk about the guy with his son,
The guy with his son.
the Japanese man? I think.
Yeah, the
Asian
one,
man?
the father of the man that Bucky killed.
Yeah.
I think
Wait,
he
can I
started
Well,
to
let her
piece it
let her talk. You got your turn, right? Let her talk.
So it showed the first scene with Bucky, and it showed him killing that group of people, and then he killed this guy, and he was like, "Please don't kill me," and then he just killed him. And so we later find out that guy is the older man's son,
Okay.
and so I think Bucky knows that, and he like tracked him down. He's like trying to repay all his
Of course.
sins. For him.
He's trying to he has two lists. He's got the lists of people that were using him
yes,
that he's going after.
that may or like,
But he's also got the list of people he wants to make up for what he did,
Mhm.
right? Apologize in some way. So he's got his two lists that he's working on for sure. Nerdy says he doesn't think Zemo is going to be the big bad guy, but instead will be helping the good guys in some ways, setting up the Thunderbolts team.
Yeah, but don't
Could
forget
be.
that Baron Zemo or whatever his name is, he can control Bucky, can he not? You think he maybe remembered some of the code words?
Maybe.
I would have
That
written
would
them down
terrify
myself.
me.
I was worried that the Asian lady that he went on the date with at the beginning
Mhm.
was
Was a
a bad guy. And here's why. The first code word that you say to Bucky, the first code word when you're going to brainwash him is a word that's also a move in Battleship. Benign or B9. So if you're going to list all the code words that transform Bucky, one of them is benign or B9.
That's
And
when she was like irritated again?
I was curious if she was kind of testing him in some way. So she's got a secret. I think she's going to come back. That's just my theory on that. I do agree, JP. It's totally possible that the new Captain America, John Walker, is the bad guy trying to catch these super soldiers because he used the same formula as them.
That's what I said.
That's what you said. I agree. Bearded Commodore says the Mighty Ducks doesn't deal with racism or PTSD, but they deal with bullies and washed up hockey coaches who must find themselves again. Totally. You want me to explain that again?
Yes, because it made no
So
sense.
John Walker, this is the new Captain America. It seems like he might have some kind of superpowers.
Okay.
The question is, did he get them from the same place that this freckle-faced girl got them from? And is he the one texting her saying, I'm going to kill you, I'm going to get you for taking what you stole from me?
And he tracked the bird.
Right. Right.
I
I agree.
But
Dun, dun, dun.
why did he steal? Oh, I know. She stole the rest of the serum and gave it to all her people, and that's why he said you stole something from me.
So that's what JP is basically saying, yeah. Very exciting. And I do agree, it adds a lot of drama, what Bucky is going through. And I've been blown away by, again, Sebastian Stan and Anthony Mackie, I think are just, they're top notch. I understand people feel like maybe the show's a little slow, but the slow parts have been my favorite parts. So I'm definitely all in on that stuff. I just want the action to be at a better. I want more practical effects. I guess I want better, more interesting action. And that's just me. Not so flat and green screeny. That's the only thing I would change about it.
But don't say that to us, because then you ruin it for us. And then we have to look. We start looking for the blue screen, and then it ruins the show.
I always think there's a.
Do you guys think that the actual Captain America, Steve Rogers, will show up in the show at all?
Yes, because they didn't show that he died.
Definitely yes.
It showed him as an old man.
Yeah, but they were having a memorial for him.
It was more like
exactly.
It was more like a museum. They were adding the shield to the museum.
Maybe he's just watching because I really miss Chris Evans.
We all miss Chris Evans for sure.
I think Chris Evans was in the crowd watching.
I agree, Travis. He does seem to have some superpowers for sure.
Where's Travis?
TM Nerdy.
That's Travis?
That is Travis.
Oh, hello.
Travis M.
Well, I didn't know that.
There you go. Now you know.
Okay. I've been looking for Travis. Like, wait, we're missing Travis.
No, he's right there. TM.
Mr. Miracle.
He changed the name of his channel and his graphic a couple weeks ago.
I knew about it. I didn't know it was Travis.
There you go. We are going to get out of here. I'm not on any other shows today or tomorrow until Dungeons and Dragons on White Whale Comics channel. I'm going to be shooting a new video today. I've already got some pieces for it ready, so that's what I'm going to be doing today. Playing with the new phone, checking in with JP and Just a Weekend. But I'll be in and out of chats and things. Like I said, Captain Comics has a huge auction today. The Comic Core has a huge auction today, so definitely worth checking out if you guys have not jumped over to those channels before. There's some exciting things they got going on today that you might want to check out. I think they would they would rather have the world believe Steve died so he could live out his days in peace. I agree. I think Chris Evans could make appearances in the future, but I don't imagine him having any appearances on this show. That's my guess, because I think it would rob something from whoever eventually actually gets the shield.
Yeah.
Which I'm betting is Sam Wilson, but that's just me. It's got to be Sam, but that's my opinion.
I think it'd be hard for Bucky to. I think Bucky is so angry that he threw away the shield is because he wants the shield.
I mean,
could be,
and he knows he's not going to be able to get it, so he wants the person who Steve wanted to give it to. He wants it for himself, but he knows that if he can't have it, then he knows he has to have it, and it has to be Sam.
Right.
But think about it. His best friend, Bucky's best friend, was Steve.
Yes.
For over 100 years.
Well, really, just for a little bit, and then a big gap.
But they were asleep, I guess, and then they were found again.
Yes.
And they're like the same age.
Yes.
So they like relate a lot to each other. They were both living in the same time. They were best friends then, and they were now.
Yep.
And then Bucky had to like watch him grow up in front of his eyes.
Yep.
And now he's probably a little. I would be traumatized if I saw that.
There's a lot of traumatizing things in Bucky's life, and I think he's trying to sort it all out. Hello, Flash by Night. We're just wrapping up and heading out.
What scared me was that 1 second, Chris Evans, a handsome person, he leaves, and for him it's like a billion gajillion years.
Well, I don't know about that, but
it's
okay.
Like 5 seconds, and he comes back, an old man. He's like,
"Yep,
I have some kids."
That scares you?
And I have a wife. Why didn't it do anything? Why didn't it do anything to time? And why didn't that junk anything up? Because there would have been no Captain America if he did that, right?
No, that's not how it works.
Well, it doesn't make sense to me.
I'm sorry, Charlie.
I know.
We're going to head out of here. I'm going to explain time theory to Charlie today, apparently.
No, don't do it.
And I hope you guys have a great day. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Simon R., for the super chat. You are awesome, man.
Hopefully you find some time to curl up, grab a book, and nerd out. Peace.
Peace.